Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I'm still having issues with the GoPro, so we have the grainy footage for the time being. My apologies for the light box that is the window. But I want to talk to you guys today about the title of this video. What decks are the origin characters in Baldur's Gate 3 playing? And I think I'm objectively correct, but I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. And we're going to start with our titular Tav. Tav being the default name for the playable character in Baldur's Gate 3, and they just play any structure deck out of the game. They might combine some stuff together, but they're so much of a blank slate that this is, I feel, is the most appropriate thing. The next person is Gale, the typical second or third pick for people going for a male romance character. And because Gale is admittedly a basic bitch, he will be playing Dark Magician. Of course, he's going to be playing Dark Magician. They have the same color scheme to start, first of all, and second, Dark DM was good in the past. It's not good now, and it has had different levels of good, just like Gale. And at the end of the day, it has just like Gale, it will blow itself up if Eternal Soul is destroyed, kind of like Gale's one of the things in like possible scenarios in Gale's storyline. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. You know what I mean if you already know. Moving on to Will, the titular soft boy, the do-gooder warlock with, if we're being honest, a bitch of a patron. What is he playing? Will plays Purely. Now, Purely is just a good current, at time of filming, meta example of, but he doesn't play Purely. He'll play some kind of off build. He will use the powers of meta evil for good. And maybe lower the power level, bring it to locals, have some fun. People will see it and they'll be like, oh, that's such a cool build. And he's just everybody's best friend because everybody loves him. Moving on, we have Karlach. Karlach is so autistic, and we love her, and she's so pretty. Oh my god. Regardless, you guys can tell who iRomance did my playthrough. She has a autistic obsession with one specific archetype, and somehow gets it to make people, builds it in multiple different ways to make people eat shit. Now, she refuses to move on, but she's not in denial about it being bad. She just loves what she loves, and you can't tell her anything different. Hence why I gave her Battling Boxers, which feels like the most appropriate archetype for her personality. Fire, fighting, generally bad up until their wave of support that they got recently at time of filming, but even then the support isn't enough to make them stellar. That's just kind of my general vibe. Karlach plays Battling Boxers, or just any mid-range tier 4, tier 3 archetype that kind of hasn't ever been amazing, or hasn't been amazing for a long time, but there's just something about the aesthetics that she just loves. Battling Boxers are her baby, and she loves them. Moving on to Lae'zel. You do not know how long it took for me to find a photo of this woman where she wasn't looking upset and also half naked. She's you sit down at a table with her and she pulls out Magic the Gathering cards. She's not even playing the same game as you. You're constantly having to correct this poor woman on no, we're playing this. Why are you tapping lands? Okay, you attacked main phase 2. Yes, we have a main phase 2. So, but with time, she gets okay with it. She learns some of the mechanics, but occasionally you do have to cycle through her deck a little bit just to find the random enchantment or monster card that she brought from home because she thought it would go well with her Karibo spam deck, because for some reason that's what she decided to settle on, because she's just terrified and soft and wants a hug. Because apparently that's where she goes to. She stopped being such a hard ass later in the game. Moving on to the Dark Urge, or Dirge as people call him on Reddit. He just plays cubics. Like, he doesn't care about anybody. Like, he doesn't want to hurt people, but like he also like wants to succeed, and like he'll kick a squirrel and like, you know, bean you for a shit ton of damage, but also like hurt himself because of like the decisions he's making. Dark Urge plays cubics. Moving on to you know, to what straight what to lesbians are how to hold on. Sorry, I had a hard time getting to that. Let me just, my bad. Okay. The lesbian equivalent of Ryan Reynolds for straight men for lesbians, Asterion. I think I got what I think I was able to convey the joke that I wanted to. It fell completely flat. Everybody's, you know, sassy, softcore bitchy vampire. He plays Labyrinth. Like, he's very protective, he is not easy to trust, and he wants to make sure he comes out on top no matter what. No matter what. And, well, he may get a little hate for it in his decisions, but, you know, he justifies it because he wants to feel safe and okay. And lastly, we have Shadowheart, or Shart, as Reddit has for some reason to abbreviate her name. God knows why. Shadowheart plays Shadal. Why does she play Shadal? Because Shadal is all about shenanigans, and as a trickery domain cleric, well, needless to say, she wants to make sure that her opponents get nailed with effects that they don't see coming, and also not wanting to acknowledge, like, she also doesn't necessarily understand like where her power comes from, i.e. her opponent, super poly, things of that nature, all of that. Selûnite, hint, hint, nudge, nudge for people who've played the game and gone through her story. I'm not saying anything, but yeah, she plays shit all. Is it also the fact that I like Shadowheart and I wanted to associate one of my favorite archetypes with them? No, that has nothing to do with it. But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for watching. Again, I apologize for the issues with my camera. I know, sunbeam from hell, but I appreciate you bunches. If you have the time or availability, please consider joining my Discord. I'd love to hear chat with you. It'd be a lot of fun. And if you already are a member of the Discord and you in finances permitting, please consider dropping a server subscription on there. I post exclusive videos over there, as well as early videos that appear on this channel. And also some just other stuff. It's some cute little things I make from time to time. So it supports the channel. It's very good, and yeah, I'd love to see you guys over there. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the flip. Have a good one.